Well, Chelsea travelled to Villa Park. 2 games, two tough away games back-to-back for the Blues as Liam Rossini looks to arrest Chelsea's 3-game winless streak in the Premier League. Draw against Leeds, draw against Burnley, loss against Arsenal away at the Emirates Stadium, and now a chance against a struggling Aston Villa. 1 win in 5 for Unai Emery's men. Not the ideal chase for them considering they were in the title race not too long ago, but now they have been dragged into the top 4 race, and Chelsea now 6 points behind Aston Villa, who are in 4th, and Liverpool having lost to Wolves yesterday, with Chelsea now having an opportunity to leapfrog the defending champions into 5th and reduce the gap to Aston Villa to 3 points, with Manchester United going away to Newcastle United. So Chelsea having all to play for here today, and lose here and it could be no way back in terms of trying to get into a top 4. Chelsea have a nightmare March, April and May, so they have to get onto a winning run here. No two ways about it. Last season at Villa Park, Chelsea chucked it away right at the end. This season we cannot afford for that to happen. Chelsea have a nightmare March, April and May, so they have to get onto a winning run here. No two ways about it. Last season at Villa Park, Chelsea chucked it away right at the end. This season we cannot afford for that. Well, simply put, big game needed here for the Blues. Cole Palmer against Arsenal was really poor. That 90 minutes, he needs to really atone for it. And a win here for us will really put us in a nice position to really attack top 4 here. Champions League football, all to play for, because we've got Paris Saint-Germain in the Champions League round of 16. We have to try and get into the competition next season. Unai Emery's Aston Villa away from home, one of the trickiest fixtures for the Blues. I do have a few thoughts as to how Chelsea will line up, but I'm waiting for kickoff to happen so I get a better view. But the most important thing here in terms of the starting 11 is Rob Sanchez, who loses his spot to Philip Jorgensen. Jorgensen chucked it away against Marco Asensio last season at this very ground, but he gets a huge show of faith as Chelsea look to arrest this declining form here. It started off with 4 wins in a row, 3 without a victory here as Chelsea kick things off at Villa Park. We are off and running here. Chelsea must win territory, as simply as that. I mean, if we won against Burnley and Leeds United, things would have been so much more comfortable. We burnt 4 points at home now. Chelsea have given the ball away needlessly, and Chelsea nearly put under pressure here. João Pedro looks to play the 1-2 with Cole Palmer. It's João Pedro down the right-hand side. 11 Premier League goals for the Blues here as João Pedro's in the box. Looks to cross that end in, and we get a corner. Brilliant from João Pedro. Immediately found by Cole Palmer. Tyrone Mings comes across and makes the challenge. Well, Chelsea going with the back 4 of Sanchez not in goal. It's Jorgensen in goal with the back 4 of Hato, Fofana, Chalobah and Malo Gusto. In midfield, you've got Reece James. And of course, Moises Caicedo. A front 3 of Palmer, Fernandes and Garnacho, who replaces the suspended Neto with João Pedro as the centre forward, as Enzo Fernandez gets his header after Malo Gusto. Well, Malo Gusto down the right-hand side instead of Reece James is an interesting call, but Malo Gusto does have the engine to keep making that overlap, and when he and Cole Palmer play on the right-hand side, Chelsea look a whole lot better. On the left-hand side, it's going to be very interesting. No Cucurella, but he is on the bench after his hamstring injury, which means that Jarell Hato and Alejandro Garnacho need to try and find that partnership down the left-hand side. Enzo Fernandez in those central pockets will have to look for Garnacho to make that run beyond Matty Cash throughout the 90 minutes, that's for sure, or however long he does play. Villa do have a mini midfield crisis. No Kamara, no Tielemans or McGinn, but they do have a strong midfield too of Onana and Douglas Luiz. Here is the Belgian, who plays Douglas Luiz into midfield here. Ollie Watkins peels away. Good defending by Trevor Chalobah. Chelsea on the back foot here. Here's Leon Bailey. Tries to go on the outside of Jarell Hato. Ball across. Chelsea don't manage to defend, and it's 1-0 to Aston Villa already. It's the perfect start. It is Douglas Luiz. Chelsea caught napping. It's a terrible start for the Blues and it's 1-0 for the home side. Am I surprised? Absolutely not. Chelsea, with the first ask defensively, crumble here. It is absolutely poor. Chelsea cannot keep the clean sheet. It's a nightmare start. Douglas Luiz started the attack and he finishes it off. Unai Emery with muted celebrations, and having lost 2-0 to Wolves away from home, Aston Villa respond in the perfect manner here. Leon Bailey comfortably past Jarell Hato. The cutback, Enzo Fernandez does not attack the ball well whatsoever. That is so poor from Enzo Fernandez. He is half-hearted in the challenge, and Douglas Luiz just crashes into the box. No chance for Philip Jorgensen. Poor. This is so bad. It's a very clever finish by Douglas Luiz. He goes with the back heel finish, back flick, fantastic finish, very clever. Unai Emery celebrates. It's the perfect start for Villa. Nightmare, absolute nightmare this for Chelsea. It could not have gotten off to a worse start here, and tough back-to-back away games, and it's gone off to the worst possible start. We conceded early against Arsenal, we conceded even earlier against Aston Villa, and now Chelsea under the pump. Well, Douglas Luiz was linked to a move to Stamford Bridge. Then moved to Nottingham Forest and now moves back to Aston Villa. I think his move to Juventus didn't really take off. But now he looks settled back at Aston Villa. Again, so poor the way that Leon Bailey just beats Jarell Hato with ease. But Enzo Fernandez has to do better. Chelsea's midfield went napping there. Reece James and Moises Caicedo, no one really making that run. With a very clever flick finish there by Douglas Luiz. Chelsea need to respond swiftly here. Malo Gusto, poor pass there. Here's Morgan Rogers. Morgan Rogers and Cole Palmer will be vying for that number 10 spot with Thomas Tuchel, I'm sure, keeping a close eye on this game. 4th versus 6th. Chelsea, we never do capitalize when the chance is there, and Wolves giving us a huge favor, beating Liverpool with the very last kick of the match. Surely a foul there by Onana on Enzo Fernandez. Free kick for Chelsea. Well, if Chelsea don't equalize before half-time, I feel that this game is over. First half against Arsenal was really poor. Lackluster, to say the very least. We had more of the possession, but in terms of chances, we did not trouble David Raya. It was much better in the second half. I think the 15 to 20 minutes in the second half, Chelsea was so much better, but we chucked it away again with a set-piece goal. This time, Aston Villa carved us open in open play. Here's Cole Palmer, finding Moises Caicedo. Good move this from Chelsea. Alejandro Garnacho, big game this for the Argentine. He's got the run of Jarell Hato. Garnacho ignores him, floats it towards the fast stick for Joao Pedro. What a save! Chelsea nearly get the swift equalizer that we were looking for. Dibu Martinez makes himself as big as possible. Brilliant header there by Joao Pedro, looking for his 12th Premier League goal. Wonderful cross there by Alejandro Garnacho, looking to take responsibility into his own hands as Reece James finds Joao Pedro. Stays onside the Brazilian. Great feed there from Joao Pedro. Very nearly finds the pass to Malo Gusto, but it's another corner for Chelsea. Good response after Aston Villa got the early goal. Garnacho just floats this towards the far stick. Joao Pedro is onside, directs his header. That is an excellent save there by Martinez. Response. Chelsea take it short. Here's Malo Gusto. Looks to just fire that into the danger area. Reece James picks up the loose ball. Hits it against Ian Maatsen. Maatsen tries to prevent the corner. It's another corner for Chelsea. Chelsea need to take advantage of the set pieces here. We did score from a corner late in the first half against Arsenal, but that was thanks to Piero Hinkepie's own goal. Need a better delivery into this box here. Reece James put this into the area. We're not really attacking the box. We've got only 3 players in the box. Enzo Fernandez, Wes Fofana and Joao Pedro. Malo Gusto and Cole Palmer also making their way into the box. Here's Reece James's delivery. It goes all the way towards the edge of the box. Jarell Hato is strong against Emi Buendia. It's Caicedo rather. Here's Enzo Fernandez. We need a big game from Enzo and Cole Palmer. Palmer finds Reece James. Reece James, surely that's a pen. He's not going to get it. Waved away immediately by the referee. Reece might get a yellow card for simulation though. Ollie Watkins gives Jarell Hato the beating, and Jarell might get a yellow card here. Jarell Hato will be very, very fortunate if he avoids a yellow card. Reece James in the box, takes a tumble. He's up against Ian Maatsen. Maatsen's convinced that that's not a pen. He does stick his leg out there, Ian Maatsen, you know. Let's have a look here. I mean, Reece James is trying to buy the pen. He's making his movement inside Ian Maatsen. Maatsen sticks his leg out. It's caught Reece James, mind you. I think it's going to be waved away. I'm not really sure. Chelsea looking for any sort of encouragement to get a leveler early on here in the first half. It's been action-packed. Dibu Martinez making an excellent save of Joao Pedro's header. Are we going to get the pen? I really doubt it. Liam Rossini is convinced. Well, Chelsea couldn't have gotten off to a worse start than we have here with Douglas Luiz opening the scoring. I think that's his first goal since rejoining the club in the January window. I don't think we're going to get a pen here. But it's going to be a free kick for Aston Villa. I'm not sure whether or not Jarell Hato did get a yellow card. It was a cynical challenge. He was late. Villa take it short though. Here's Maatsen, but the offside flag raised, and it's a wasted effort there for Aston Villa. Chelsea respond decently since going a goal down. But we have to be at our A game here. No time to drop points. Especially against Aston Villa, who've been on a wobble here. 1 win and 5. That loss to Wolves was a shock in the system, but considering how Wolves have been playing, they've taken 3 points of Liverpool, 2 of Arsenal, 3 of Villa. I mean, is there a worse team to play now than a side that's pretty much relegated? I'm not sure. They've got nothing to lose. They're playing with so much confidence. They're looking to really derail some of the team's hopes for achieving their objectives. Here's Jorgensen. No clean sheet for him. It was a big call dropping Rob Sanchez, but he did make a couple of errors against Arsenal. Chelsea in midfield struggling, but Reece James, first time that he's playing in midfield under Liam Rossini. Romeo Lavia and Andres Santos on the bench for Chelsea, so Chelsea's midfield option suddenly looks a bit more beefed up. We were threadbare in that department with Romeo Lavia missing pretty much the entire season. Andres Santos having to carry a lot of the load as the third midfielder with no Dario Esugo either. Might get Esugo back by the end of the month. We'll wait and see. But so much can happen and finish off in March, man. Chelsea cannot afford to take this deep here, especially in terms of trying to put pressure on Manchester United, Liverpool and Aston Villa. Here's Chalobah. Enzo Fernandez. Finding West Fofana again. Fofana back in the starting 11 after missing that game against Arsenal. Picked up that needless second yellow card against Burnley. I mean, Chelsea's game was completely derailed from there. Back-to-back red cards for us, with Pedro Neto picking up that needless second yellow after that challenge on Gabriel Martinelli. Villa looking to play on the counter-attack though. Chelsea win the ball back in midfield. It's not clean according to the referee. Moises Caicedo goes crunching in, but I think the foul is against Wesley Fofana. Ollie Watkins making them line, just making that run in the half space down the left-hand side. Let's have a look whether or not it was indeed a foul. Yep, West Fofana is late. Caicedo on the occasion was clean. But again, Fofana does not have to lunge in there, man. So needless. We need better IQ in terms of defensive discipline. Again, he's played it late into the box. And Jorgensen thankfully claims. But Philip Jorgensen does not have Rob Sanchez's ability to claim crosses. Now, considering Chelsea's set-piece frailties, we have conceded goals in corners against Burnley, twice against Arsenal. In the corresponding fixture, Ollie Watkins scored an 85th minute winner. But Chelsea were leading 1-0 courtesy of Joao Pedro and absolutely chucked it from there. And speaking of chucking it, Chelsea have given the ball away again on the Aston Villa left-hand side. Clip pass by Douglas Luiz to Morgan Rogers, flicks it over Reece James. Good ball retention, but Chelsea win the ball back. Here's Malo Gusto. He gets robbed off possession, and it's a throw-in for Aston Villa. Well, Chelsea need to respond here. No two ways about it. Have to get a goal back before half-time. Still have about 30 minutes. Chelsea need to play this in stages. No time to panic. Aston Villa haven't really banging on the door, but the first time they ventured into the box, Chelsea, the way that we were out of possession, I think the way that Jarell Hato gets beat is far too poor. He has to do better on that occasion. Just breeze past him there, Leon Bailey, and then Enzo Fernandez pulls out of a challenge with Douglas Luiz's clever finish. Well, Chelsea could have responded soon after Joao Pedro's header. Saved brilliantly by Emi Martinez. Making himself as big as possible, the Argentine. Ken Jarrell Harto goes lunging in. He misses out on yet another duel on the right-hand side. Villa getting a lot of joy. Ollie Watkins turns. A lot of space opening up here for Aston Villa. Here's Douglas Luiz. Finds Amadou Onana. Onto the right-hand side to Matty Cash. Again, good ball movement here from Aston Villa. Buendia gets harried by Moises Caicedo. Chelsea win the ball back. Enzo Fernandez finds Alejandro Garnacho. Great challenge there by Onana. He goes lunging in. Got a bit of the ball and a lot of Alejandro Garnacho. Big game this for Garnacho. He has been rightfully so dropped. I don't think his performances have whatsoever warranted a consistent run of games. I think especially against deep blocks, Garnacho really does struggle. But when the space opens up, he can be a very dangerous player, and we need Alejandro Garnacho to get on the score sheet a lot more here. We've been relying heavily on Cole Palmer, Enzo Fernandez and Joao Pedro. 11, 8 and 8. Joao Pedro with 11, looking for his 12th. Need to keep a close eye on the Arsenal game as well. They're away to Brighton. That'll be a very interesting game as Arsenal look to once again establish a bit of a lead away from Manchester City. Both Tottenham Hotspur and Chelsea had a chance to put a dent on Arsenal's title challenges, and both clubs folded like a lawn chair, man. So disappointing, especially Chelsea. We just chucked it after Urian Timber scored. Still not over it. I mean, Pedro Neto will carry the wrath for the rest of the season, that's for sure. Wesley Fofana, you as well. I haven't forgotten about that needless red card. I mean, considering the red cards that Chelsea have picked up this season, it's been the experienced players, man. And that's what's been so frustrating. Reece James finds Malo Gusto. And Gusto making the run down the right-hand side. Malo needs to really be on the top of his game up against Morgan Rogers. Rogers down that left-hand side can be so dangerous, cutting in and shooting. He does love to shoot from distance. Aston Villa's top scorer, if I'm not mistaken. Here's Ezri Konsa. He'll definitely be on the plane to North America for the World Cup. Expect him to be one of the starting centre-halves for Thomas Tuchel. Here's Maatsen. Former Chelsea player, of course. Ollie Watkins combining with Morgan Rogers. Gusto does well. Cole Palmer rides a couple of challenges. Release the ball, Cole. He holds on to it. Finds Alejandro Garnacho. Garnacho's got an overlap. Instead, it's Cole Palmer. It's straight at Martinez. Martinez punches that away. It's a corner for Chelsea. Good response this from the Blues. Well, 10 minutes since Chelsea conceded. It's a couple of saves that Martinez has had to make. Palmer's effort. First time effort, just trying to use the pace there by Alejandro Garnacho. He's been involved here, Garnacho. Made that cross for Joao Pedro and then just laid this one off to Cole Palmer. The set pieces have really haunted Chelsea this season in terms of defending them. Can we profit from one of them? The last corner we took, we committed 3 players in the box. Very interesting tactic. Are we really afraid of Aston Villa's counter-attack? I think we are. Look at that. It's man-to-man here. It's 4v4 right at the halfway line. Corner comes in. Villa defend. Wesley Fofana nearly gets onto it, but it's easy for Emiliano Martinez. Head injury there. Fofana went flying in with Ezri Konsa. It'll be a free kick for Aston Villa. Interesting tactic there. It was 4v4 right outside the halfway line in the Villa half. Just shows you that it is interesting. Aston Villa trying to create that overload, and if they have a chance on the counter-attack, can try and catch Chelsea cold, but Liam Rossini making sure that it was a 1v1 situation and it was 4v4 in the end. Fofana seems to be okay to continue, but he will have to be off the pitch for a bit of time here. So will Ezri Konsa. Well, thank you all for tuning in, man. I really do appreciate the constant love and support. It's not been going well for Chelsea this season whatsoever. It has been a hard couple of months. A lot has happened since Chelsea won the Club World Cup, man. It's been a roller coaster journey. And as I always say, there is never a dull day at the bridge. Never. Every time you feel that the boat is a bit steady, the news out of the blue just comes, rocks the boat, and it's always us against the world. Well, With 4 wins out of 4 to start off Liam Rosenior's start as Chelsea manager, but it wasn't all too convincing. I think the wins against Crystal Palace was good, Wolves was good, but the one against Brentford was something that really shook me to my core. We won 2-0, but the performance was absolutely shocking. And since then, we have been a bit hit and miss, to say the very least. In the last 3 games, no wins, but 2 of them, Chelsea have had to play over 20 minutes with 10 men. And now the game has gone in our favour. The game against Burnley was unacceptable, man. After Joao Pedro scored in the 4th minute, it should have been a breeze. It wasn't. Turned into a nightmare right towards the end as Burnley equalised. Nearly 10 minutes to go. Bullet header. Remember, it was the Fleming goal, and I was absolutely losing my rag, man. I mean, nobody marked that run and had my head in space. I keep seeing mismatches when Chelsea defend corners. It's always the shortest guy defending the opposition's beast, man. We need to get that sorted. I hope that we don't concede set-piece goals here today. Villa scored, but it was an open play. It doesn't make me any happier, but Chelsea need to respond before half-time, that's for sure. Villa just about the perfect start to arrest their declining form. They were in a title race, make no mistake about it. When Arsenal were wobbling and City were not at their best, it was Aston Villa were keeping the pressure on. But 1 win in 5 is nowhere near champions form. Cannot have that. Again, a long ball forward. Reece James is very strong. It's a bit needless there by Reece. Just throws his shoulder in. Goal kick for Chelsea. Big game for Philip Jorgensen. Need to see a lot more from him. Did miss a long time with a bit of an injury, but Reece James, he was outstanding against Arsenal, man. At right back, neither Trossard nor Martinelli got anything out of him. It was vintage Reece James, but today in midfield, a different role. Into the 20th minute, Chelsea have had a couple of attempts at Martinez. Again, Chelsea's playing out the back is very lackluster. Here's Douglas Luiz. Then Joao Pedro and Cole Palmer, those two. We need to see that connection between the two, man. Joao Pedro has made the case for player of the season for Chelsea this season. I mean, he has been outstanding. Can't say the same about the rest in terms of an attacking sense. But with Esteval and Gittins both missing with hamstring injuries, our wing options have been cut to shreds, man. And it's not like it was any better before that, but we need Esteval for the run, and that's for sure, because with Garnacho and Pedro Neto, there's not a lot of trust there. Gittins hasn't earned our trust either. Esteval is the only one who really gets me off my seat in terms of elite wing play. Have missed him in this last 3 games. His electricity on that right-hand side. Also comfortable playing in the number 10. We've seen him on the left as well. Scored that cracking goal against Crystal Palace where he was fed through. Well, he was at the halfway line when he's one-on-one with the keeper, but showed tremendous composure. Here's Chalobah. Chalobah, when he plays alongside Wesley Fofana, is a more settled centre-back lineup. But we saw Chalobah on the right and Mamadou Sarr on the left-hand side against Arsenal. Did struggle again in build-up again in that match. Sarr looks very nervous. Had a decent game, but it's a bit generous to call that a decent game. But it was a tough first start, man. To go away and play against possibly the champions of England. Tough ask. As Caicedo nearly sets Cole Palmer through. It's Cole Palmer, takes a touch. It's a terrible touch. And it's Garnacho, it's blocked. Chelsea squander a golden opportunity. Cole Palmer's first touch is shocking. I mean, the Cole Palmer of old just brings that under control and probably just lobs Martinez. But Cole Palmer, since returning from the groin injury, hasn't been the Cole Palmer. Beautiful pass this from Caicedo. It's floated between the goalkeeper and the back line. Palmer wastes the opportunity. Garnacho could have maybe slipped it in. He goes for goal instead. It's an excellent block, but Chelsea have had 2 glorious opportunities to get an equalizer here. Liam Rosenior not happy, but better chance creation here from Chelsea. Reece James floats a terrible corner. Easy for Martinez. Well, in terms of a response, it's been much better. Here's Watkins. Buendia to Onana. Now Matty Cash. Aston Villa have been put under a lot of pressure since scoring that opening goal. Here's Leon Bailey. Loses his balance. Jarell Hato trying to keep pace. Bailey gives him the runaround. Excellent from Jarell Hato. Good composure there by Trevor Chalobah. Enzo Fernandez. Chelsea some way keep the ball under duress. Halfway through first half action here at Villa Park. Douglas Luiz giving Aston Villa the lead. Chelsea having a couple of glorious opportunities to get the equalizer. Joao Pedro's header saved by Martinez. Then we saw Cole Palmer set through on goal by Moises Caicedo's magnificent pass. Cole Palmer fluffed his lines. Here's Reece James. Finds Enzo Fernandez. Chalobah wraps that to Jarell Hato down the left-hand side. Here's Alejandro Garnacho looking to isolate Matty Cash. Garnacho, couple of step overs infield, thought about the shot. It's Enzo Fernandez. It's comfortable. Straight down the barrel, straight at Emi Martinez. But it's another shot on target, this from Chelsea. Oh, it's a one ball forward. Ollie Watkins is through on goal. Ollie Watkins, and it's straight at Jorgensen. The offside flag isn't up either. Oh my word, it is one long ball. Philip Jorgensen does not come out of his line there. It is shocking goalkeeping. I need to see this again here. One long ball forward. And Watkins is onside. He just shoves Reece James to the ground. He's through on goal. Look at Philip Jorgensen, man. He puts a lot of trust into Trevor Chalobah. And it turns into a comfortable save in the end, but it's an opportunity squandered. How the hell was he 1v1 there, Ollie Watkins? That is unacceptable, man. Aston Villa could have very easily been 2-0 up. It's Wesley Fofana who's complaining. It wasn't Reece James, because Reece James does not get thrown to the ground here, man. Wesley Fofana, you have to be stronger. Poor, very, very poor. And after Chelsea did so much to try and get the equalizer, nearly throw it away. One ball. One long ball by Emi Martinez. And Watkins is through on goal. Fuck off, Fofana. You have to do better. Great distribution this, but Wesley Fofana. Shocking, man. That is very weak from Fofana. He owes us in this game, you know. After that needless red card against Burnley, you expect him to be at his best here today. He's not going to get the clean sheet. Gets bullied there by Ollie Watkins. Needs to do better. Needs to do better. Well, Arsenal are 1-0 up. Bukayo Saka scoring in his 300th game for Arsenal. Arsenal getting the early lead as Garnacho puts in a harmless ball into the box. Hato trying to latch onto it. It's cleared away. You can see Alejandro Garnacho trying here today. Trying to be positive. He needs to have a big game here. One Premier League goal for us after that £40 million move from Manchester United. Chelsea have to stop shopping at Manchester United, that's for sure. Jadon Sancho and then Alejandro Garnacho in back-to-back summers. That should be that. I mean, yes, we quote-unquote scammed them for Mason Mount, but that does not mean that we allow Manchester United to get their licks back. But make no mistake about it, they have. Here's Enzo Fernandez, Caicedo. Man, I'm so pissed off at Cole Palmer. He's robbed Caicedo of an all-timer assist. It was sublime play. Joao Pedro with a heavy touch around the corner. Chelsea, come what may, any means possible, have to get the equalizer before half-time here. Needs must. It's been a decent response, but that ball has to find the way into the back of the net, that's for sure. Well, Aston Villa getting that early lead courtesy of Douglas Luiz. Since then, had a couple of decent opportunities to get the second. Ollie Watkins guilty of spurning a 1v1 opportunity after Martinez released him with a quick release from his own box. Wesley Fofana on that occasion far too weak. Chelsea need to be better here. Martin clears. Malo Gusto. Thankfully doesn't get caught out there. Need to be better here, Chelsea. Have to get that goal. Here's Caicedo. Lovely pass there. Jirel Hato finds Alejandro Garnacho. It's been all Garnacho down the left-hand side. Delegates to Enzo Fernandez. Here's Caicedo. Space has opened up for the Ecuadorian. 3 Premier League goals for Moy this season in the Premier League. Here's Enzo Fernandez. Fofana. Caicedo. Good possession this from Chelsea in the opposition box. Opposition half rather. Here's Malo Gusto. Reece James in the right-hand side half space. Seeing that it's Cole Palmer and Malo Gusto both trying to combine down the right-hand side. If they do make those runs behind, it leaves a lot of space for Reece James to really put in those first-time balls into the box for João Pedro to attack. Here's Caicedo. Clever pass. Beautifully weighted there to Garnacho, who brings it down expertly. Garnacho on the outside puts in a ball into the box. It's Reece James with the effort. What a block that is. Ian Maatsen throws himself at it. Sat up nicely there for Reece James. It was Morgan Rogers and not Ian Maatsen. Fantastic work there from the Englishman to track the run of Reece James and make the block. Reece James does hit a mean volley. Good build up there from Chelsea once again. Played some decent football, man. Here's Enzo Fernandez. Keep this at 11v11 and we possibly have a chance. Here's Garnacho up against Cash. Garnacho again thought about the shot. It's a weak effort there. Hey, what's up, Aman? How are you, man? Thanks for tuning in. Yep, Chelsea trailing, man. Douglas Luiz in the 5th minute. First chance that Villa had. Oh, Martinez makes a mess out of that and Chelsea nearly profit. It's a corner for the Blues. It's a massive match, man. 6 points the difference between Chelsea and Aston Villa. We can close it down to 3, but if Villa win, we are not going to catch them, that's for sure. It's going to be 9 points, and if United win, it's going to get worse. We don't capitalize on Liverpool throwing that game against Wolves. Chelsea have had 6 corners, man, with 29.5 minutes on the clock. Villa have had none. We haven't really threatened Martinez in goal. With the set pieces and open play, we've had 2 awesome opportunities and squandered both. João Pedro and Cole Palmer, 2 trusted goal scorers missing as Reece James delivers. Villa do manage to clear. Chelsea looking to suffocate Aston Villa, but Villa on the counter-attack are lethal here. Jorgensen comes and thankfully it is so unconvincing, man. Jeez, but he finally came out of his box. I mean, he's always rooted at his line. It's one of my major concerns with Philip Jorgensen, but on that occasion, he does well. I think Arsenal are leading 1-0 as well, right, Aman? Bukayo Saka scored. Oh, that's a clever pass here for Ollie Watkins. Good save. Philip Jorgensen throws an arm at it. Strong wrist by the Dane. Again, Ollie Watkins with 2 good opportunities. Clever pass this by Buendia. Cut open with ease on that occasion. Trevor Chalobah, poor positioning. But nonchalant goalkeeping there by Philip Jorgensen. Strong wrist. Almost reminds you like Manuel Neuer used to make those kind of saves. Just parries those big shots away. Was it by open play or was it by a set piece, Aman? Tell me the truth. 15 minutes remaining in the first half. Here's Maatsen. In Chelsea, pretty passive in their defending. Chelsea win the ball back. Yeah, Brighton definitely got game, man. Oh, that's surely a foul and a yellow card for Matty Cash. Garnacho does well on that occasion. Brighton have got a lot of good players, man. I don't know if Minte and Mitoma both are starting. I like Jorginho Rutter as the centre forward. Danny Welbeck always is one of the sauciest players, man. I think it's an underrated shout is to get Danny Welbeck as the second choice striker behind Harry Kane in the World Cup. It's a controversial opinion, but I'm a big fan of Danny Welbeck, man. He has been absolutely transformed at Brighton and Hove Albion. His first touch is so underrated. His game awareness always scores against Chelsea too. Every time he's on the pitch, I'm quaking in my boots. Manchester United and Newcastle are kicking off in just over 10 minutes. We'll be keeping an eye on that game as well. Cash does well against Garnacho. Well, Just over 27 minutes since Aston Villa got the opening goal. Chelsea since then have created a few very good opportunities, but the ball fails to be in the back of the net. Yep, Mitoma, man. Mitoma is top class. Mitoma on one side, Yankumba Minte on the other. Brilliant. I like Carlos Baleba as well, but he's had a terrible season. I think he got his head turned by that move from Manchester United. Since then, the number of times he's been hooked at half-time by Fabian Herzler. Not a good look, but Baleba, there's a lot in there. There is a serious player in there. Caicedo switches it out. Caicedo on the ball today has been magnificent, man. The way that he's found different arrays of passing. His range has been absolutely on the money. His clip pass to Cole Palmer was a thing of beauty, man. When Palmer was through, you thought he would just show a bit of composure, but his touch from there was so poor. 12 minutes plus added on time remaining in this first half. Again, something that Chelsea can improve is getting Joao Pedro a few more opportunities in the box. He's had a header which was very well saved by Martinez. Other than that, Joao Pedro has been pretty much bypassed in this match. Enzo Fernandez tries to win the ball off Ezri Konsa. Onana finds Konsa again. Good ball in. Ollie Watkins been put under pressure yet again, wins the duel against Wesley Fofana. Beautiful football this from Aston Villa. Here's Ian Maatsen onto the left hand side. Trouble this for Chelsea. Here's Morgan Rogers, cuts inside. Morgan Rogers, good shot. An even better save. Morgan Rogers just trying to catch Philip Jorgensen at the near post. Jorgensen making his first big save, but once again Wesley Fofana cannot cope against Ollie Watkins, man. He has been second best and then some. He's getting bullied. Good play there by Joao Pedro. Enzo Fernandez, pick your head up. Oh, he has to find the pass to Cole Palmer. Well intercepted though. It's getting very frustrating here at Villa Park. We expected this to happen before kickoff. If you told me that Villa would win, I wouldn't be surprised. Enzo Fernandez floats this one in. He's onside here. Malo Gusto flashes that across for Joao Pedro. 1-1. Pedro on the goal scored again. It is sensational football this from Chelsea. Joao Pedro with a proper number 9-like movement. Malo Gusto flashes that across the face of goal. But this is all about Enzo Fernandez. I really hope Malo Gusto is on side here. But this is all about Enzo Fernandez. Inch perfect ball, weighted to perfection. Chelsea have deserved this equalizer, man. 12 Premier League goals. Okay, this is the most important thing here. Enzo Fernandez waits before he plays the pass. Oh yes, he is onside by a mile there. Ezri Konsa falls asleep. That is poor from the centre half. Malo Gusto does the right thing here. Excellent goal. Joao Pedro, man. He is a man completely reborn under Liam Rossinier. Great play there for Malo Gusto. Put it on a plate. Liam Rossinier will feel that this goal was thoroughly deserved. And we do have the goal before half-time. Objective 1 achieved. Like I said, we have to play this game in stages. We cannot think about the end result. Just get that first goal. We got that now. Now, in the next 10 minutes before the half-time whistle, that is where we have to put Aston Villa under relentless pressure. The only time really they've troubled us is with direct balls played by Emi Martinez or one of the centre halves. If Wesley Fofana and Trevor Chalobah can keep Ollie Watkins under control in that situation, Chelsea should be putting Aston Villa under immense pressure. Morgan Rogers had the opportunity, which was in the end comfortably saved by Philip Jorgensen, but Ollie Watkins has had two glorious opportunities. 12 Premier League goals for Joao Pedro. He has changed our lives. Changed it. I love to see beautiful goals, man, and that was simple in its execution. The way it was constructed was a thing of beauty. Enzo Fernandez, huge thumbs up. Oh, Joao Pedro's pinched the ball here. If he can get there first, it could have been very interesting. From Villa's point of view, Tyrone Mings comes across and sweeps up here. Onana, very good pass there. On the left-hand side is Ian Maatsen. That is a terrible pass there by the Dutchman. Caicedo does very well. Caicedo is starting to boss the midfield now. Him and Reece James really have beefed up that area. We do have Romeo Lavia and Andre Santos on the bench. Chelsea can get that second goal and bring Romeo Lavia to really, kill the game off. There is the option. Cole Palmer turns well. Come on, look for the pass. Palmer now. Gusto, what a ball in. Nearly, very nearly finds Joao Pedro there. Cole Palmer could have released Malo Gusto a fraction earlier. Commits an extra player, then plays the pass to Malo Gusto. Again, that connection between Gusto and Joao Pedro nearly working. I've been very happy with Chelsea's response. It could have gone pear-shaped, make no mistake about it. But in terms of the football we've played in a very tricky away ground, it's been good. A lot of positive signs, but important that Chelsea stay 11v11 here. Cannot accept another red card for the rest of the season. We are done, man. 7 red cards in 28 Premier League goals is criminal. The number of times we've just thrown games away. Absolutely unacceptable. Wesley Fofana, aggressive. That's better there from Fofana, but he is trying to be ultra aggressive there up against Ollie Watkins, and Watkins is very capable of just rolling the challenge and running at Philip Jorgensen. Here's Ezri Konsa. Again, Chalobah. Oh, that's not a foul there, ref. Come on. Garnacho helps out. Buendia gets caught. Aston Villa try a quick free kick routine, which does not work. Come on, Chelsea. Can we get the goal before halftime? Turn this thing around. In terms of the balance of play, in terms of the chances created, maybe it's 50-50. The scoreline is pretty much accurate of how things have gone. We'll have relied on direct play, but it doesn't matter how you create those chances, it does it. Here's Caicedo. Again, brilliant pass this to Alejandro Garnacho. Caicedo has been on the money. Garnacho, ball across. Oh, that nearly turned into an own goal. Ezri Konsa, that is a curious lunge from the centre half. And very nearly turns it into his own net there. Garnacho again, direct play this. Goes on the outside of... Oh, that was so close, man. So close. Martinez is hopeful. Just inches over the crossbar. Chelsea take a short corner. Here's Malo Gusto. Shrugged off the ball to Cole Palmer. Palmer's got a couple of runners. Decides to go in field himself. Reece James can overlap. Oh, that's a terrible pass there by Reece. Ooh, Chelsea give the ball away. It's 4v2. Villa play this right. 5 minutes left in the first half. Here's Morgan Rogers to Ollie Watkins. It's 2-1 to Aston Villa. They do make us pay. Ollie Watkins has had 2 1v1 opportunities. This time he makes no mistake. And Chelsea get caught. Reece James. He has been flawless for most of this campaign. He makes a mistake. And Aston Villa punish us. That is a sucker punch of a goal, man. Again, Reece James, that is a terrible pass. He goes lunging in, and from there, Villa just open us up. Morgan Rogers. Ooh, Ollie Watkins, he might be offside. I think he just might be on, though. Jarell Hato might be playing him. We might get very lucky, but this is assured stuff, this from Ollie Watkins. Hammers that past Philip Jorgensen. They're going to check a possible offside. Chelsea will get very lucky. This is going to be inches, man. Don't give me false hope, please. I've accepted that. I mean, it is so tight. His boot just might be on offside here. I'm looking at it from this angle. The cut of the grass, and you can see his foot is there. I mean, just draw the lines and put me out of my misery, please. I don't want to guess. I'm going to assume that it's a goal here and not get my hopes up. If the goal is ruled out, Chelsea get away with murder. Oh, the offside has been given. Chelsea survive. How close is that? Ollie Watkins, it's not third time lucky for the Englishman. Oh, but yeah. That should have been 2-1. Ollie Watkins, a fraction off. I told you the cut of the grass. Bach gaya. Oh, bach gaya. That was so close. But you could see the cut of the grass, right? As soon as his toe was on it, I thought he looked offside there. Oh, we get away with murder. Reece James, count your lucky stars. That was a poor pass from Reece. He went lunging in. Is this going to be one of those games where Chelsea get that tough away victory? We need everything to go in our favour for that to happen. Jarell Hato does well. Here's Moises Caicedo. Have I changed the scoreline back to 1-1? Yep. Whew. You got away with that one, guys. Got away with it. Here's Reece James. Come on, make the impact. Ball into the box. Easily into the hand. Reece's delivery in the first half has been subpar. 2 minutes plus added on time remaining in this first half. Again, a long ball forward. Ollie Watkins makes it stick. I think it's Morgan Rogers, though. Cole Palmer wins it back cleanly. Get really confused with Morgan Rogers and Ollie Watkins. They have the same trim as well. Enzo Fernandez, please release the ball. He'll get the foul instead. Oh, man, Manny, Bajkia. James, man, Aman, you never associate him with such a loose pass. But it's one of those moments which will just get his concentration levels back up to 100, and we need it. Cole Palmer squandered that opportunity when he was played through on goal by Moises Caicedo. Enzo Fernandez's clip pass waited to perfection there for Malo Gusto to flash that across the face of goal for Joao Pedro. Chelsea have played some decent football. Aston Villa, as it stands, 1 win in 6. They're getting really dragged here. They might find themselves out of the top 5, having been in the top 3 for most of the season. Manny desperately. It's a 6-pointer. If we win, we're 3 points off Villa. We lose, it's 9 points and it's over. If you think 9 points is not going to be a lot, look at Chelsea's run in March, April and May. It is a nightmare. Oh, Villa so sloppy there. Cole Palmer latches onto it. It's Cole Palmer. Palmer's so untidy with his dribbling. It's another corner for Chelsea. It looks like it's our 8th corner. But again, Villa just give the ball away. Under no pressure too. Very poor. Expect so much better this from Aston Villa. Such an experienced outfit. Again, Cole Palmer. I thought he was Chelsea's poorest player against Arsenal at the Emirates Stadium. Look, I'm Chelsea through and through, but I call it as I see it. Today, he's been fractionally better, but in terms of that real impact, we've created some decent opportunities though, Manny. I mean, that Joao Pedro header, soon after Chelsea conceded, was good. Palmer had that shot from distance. It was straight at Martinez, but it was better. That's the kind of response we can... It's as good as it gets, really, away from home. James delivers the corner. James's delivery has been terrible, man. We need help. Oh, again, it's Aston Villa who break here. Cole Palmer looks to foul. He doesn't. Brilliant challenge there by Jarell Hato. He had to get that spot on, and he did. Alejandro Garnacho gives the ball to Joao Pedro. Joao Pedro commits the foul at the halfway line. That's okay. It's a foul on Leon Bailey. It could have been a whole lot worse. Again, when Chelsea attack and the ball is turned over, Aston Villa have the overload. How is that possible, man? It is so concerning. There's 8 minutes of added on time in this first half. Every time Aston Villa play a long ball, Chelsea are getting caught mercilessly. Something's got to be done on that department. Do we go with the back 3? I mean, I'm not really sure. We do invite a bit of pressure, but we've not been able to cope with Aston Villa's direct play here. Leon Bailey. Garnacho helps out defensively. He does very well, Garnacho. Joao Pedro loses out to Emiliano Buendia. Clever pass. Chalobah. Oh, poor pass there by Trevor Chalobah. Enzo Fernandez does well. So does Jarell Hato into midfield here. Here's Moises Caicedo. Finds Malo Gusto, who put that ball across the face of goal for Joao Pedro's 12th Premier League goal for Joao. He has been outstanding. The regularity at which he's scoring, it's almost like you're expecting Joao Pedro to find the back of the net regardless of the game. Again, against Arsenal, I don't think he got the service Nowhere near enough. But some of his hold-up play that night was just astounding. Reece James tries to set Malo Gusto free down the right-hand side. It's a throw-in for Chelsea. 2 minutes of added-on time has been played. Oh, I would love it, man, if he could get that second goal before halftime. It would completely change the halftime team talk. Considering Villa could have very easily been 2-1 up after Ollie Watkins. His goal was ruled out by the finest of margins. Fofana does well. Here's Trevor Chalobah. Jarell Hato has had a mixed first half. Got blown by far too easily by Leon Bailey. Bailey's quick, but Hato has to do better. Here's Garnacho. Improved 45 minutes from him. Hato's in the box. Thought about the shot. Jarell Hato on his weaker right foot. I don't think there's a deflection on it, but positive play there from the left back. Good engine shown by him. Well, Aston Villa have a midfield crisis, and the last thing they can afford is Amadou Onana coming off here. I think he might have done himself a bit of damage by just hyperextending his knee. It could be really awkward. He's 6'4", 6'5". He is a unit in midfield. Any sort of hyperextension there. Is that Gary Oldman in the stands? Does look like him. I thought he was a Manchester United fan. Not sure. 8 minutes is a long way to go. Oh, wow. Aman, thanks for the update here. Semenyo scored again. Jeez. What an impact, man, Antoine Semenyo. Look, I said this in one of my videos before that if you stay still in the January window, you risk being left behind, it is absolutely crazy. City are the only big side that went and showed ambition in January, and they reaped the rewards. Mark Gahey in defense. City are keeping clean sheets. And then look, in terms of goals, Antoine Semenyo. Semenyo's got 5 goals since joining Manchester City in the Premier League, if I'm not mistaken. That is astounding. 60 million, well spent. City were really struggling, man. Haaland was not finding the back of the net. Phil Foden's form went crashing down. Jeremy Doku injured, not contributing in terms of goals. Antoine Semenyo has just picked up that load on his shoulders and has been first class. Big fan of him, the way that he's direct. Might not be easy on the eye in terms of breaking a deep block, but he is so effective, ruthless in front of goal. 2 Premier League proven players. City go out there, spend, and look now, they are putting all the pressure on Arsenal. Villa, on the other hand, they've had some curious transfer windows, man. I'll never understand. They've always been on the cusp of doing something very good, and then they do some strange moves, man. Jadon Sancho and Victor Lindelof. Why do you go shopping at Manchester United and come out with 2 players? That's a clever pass there by Garnacho. Enzo Fernandez. Joao Pedro! He's done it again! He is so special, man. He is ice cold in front of goal. Brilliant play this from Chelsea, and we do get the goal before halftime. Chelsea turned it around at Villa Park. Come on! It could have been 2-1 to Aston Villa. Ollie Watkins was offside. I really hope Joao Pedro isn't. But that pass by Enzo Fernandez is weighted to perfection. Enzo making a huge impact in this game. A lot of credit has to go to Alejandro Garnacho. Please be onside. Oh, yes. Oh, my God. That's close. That's very, very tight. This is Ollie Watkins level tightness here. Hopefully, Onana is playing him on. Garnacho does well. This pass by Enzo Fernandez is so special. And then Joao Pedro just clips it in. He might be off, Manny. Oh, it is so tight. 2 offside goals would be a real kick in the teeth. They're going to check this. This is Ollie Watkins level, man. Oh. It would be just desserts. It would be fair. But, man, Joao Pedro is so special. He wants the goal. He wants the goal. Come on, please stand. The goal stands. Come on. Chelsea, turn it around. Joao Pedro, man. He is saving our lives. What would we do without him? What would we do without you, Joao Pedro? You have changed our lives. His finishes, man. He lifted one against Leeds United as well. He is a class finisher. A lot of scrutiny has gone into Chelsea's recruitment, right? And rightfully so. I'll be the first one to hammer them. But man, oh man, have they got it right with João Pedro. Special footballer. And it's not just the goals. I never judge a player based on goals and assists. Yes, as a centre forward, as a number 10, it's important. But João Pedro is a total footballer. Joga bonito, man. And then he's ice cold in front of goal. Come on, João. I'm rooting for this guy to go to the top. The difference between him and Liam Delap is astronomical. And I do not say that lightly. 50 million signing versus a 30 million signing. The difference shouldn't be that big, but make no mistake about it. It is massive. Can Villa just give the ball away? They've been so sloppy. Cole Palmer needs to release the ball. João Pedro helps out defensively and wins the throw-in. This guy, man. I run out of superlatives with him. Love him to bits. Here's Jarell Hato. Finds Alejandro Garnacho on the left-hand side. He's up against Matty Cash. He's given him hell here today. Garnacho, very much improved performance. Enzo Fernandez is sourcing out here. Nearly finds Garnacho for the shot. Again, will be interesting to see how Liam Rossignol does manage this game here. Look, we have taken the lead against Leeds United and Burnley and thrown both away. Those were at home against a relegation threat inside. This is against Aston Villa. We know that Villa are going to come out in the second half and be a lot more aggressive. But look, this is not the same Aston Villa that we have seen early on in the season or nearly halfway through the season. Villa are on a wobble here. They do have a soft underbelly. Chelsea need to take advantage of it. Come on, Manny. Done so well, man. I'm very proud of the way they've responded. It could have gone pear-shaped. You could have really died out there after conceding in the 5th minute. But João Pedro, 2 proper centre-forward finishes. Half-time whistle blows at Villa Park. Chelsea have turned things around courtesy of João Pedro. Douglas Luiz opened the scoring in the 5th minute. João Pedro bails us out with 2 outstanding centre-forward-like finishes. Enzo Fernandez has been the heart of everything creative that Chelsea have done here. Moises Caicedo in midfield, absolutely brilliant. But it's been the Enzo Fernandez show in terms of creativity. He's the one who clipped the ball for Malo Gusto to put that across the face of goal for João Pedro to score. And for the second goal, it was this delicate through pass for João Pedro to just lift that over Emi Martinez for Chelsea to complete the turnaround in the first half. Half-time at Villa Park is Aston Villa 1, Chelsea 2. Come on. Well, thoughts on Liam Rossignol? Aman, I've got mixed feelings with him. I do see some great things that he has tried to implement. It's completely different in terms of styles. Look, in terms of negatives, I'll get away with them first of all. Our set-piece defending, horrible. Rob Sanchez has dipped. He was on course to be one of our players of the year this season. I'm not saying that lightly. He was that good. But since Liam Rossignol has come, Rob Sanchez has been really untrustworthy. Against Arsenal, he played one of his worst games of the season. So that's one of the negatives. Our ability to play out the back has suffered. We used to be a lot more fluid in that department, considering that Enzo Maresca liked to use the wide area. So we always created that overload in the central area so that we could play out wide. But under Liam Rossignol, Chelsea favor central progression. And when we do play some football, we play some excellent football because we get our creative players in those central areas. Sometimes 3 or 4 players in those central areas combine nicely to get us the goals. But set pieces is a huge problem for us. We've conceded far too many goals from set pieces. Discipline continues to remain a problem. 2 red cards, we cannot forget that in back-to-back games. Really hope that we keep our discipline against Aston Villa, especially away from home. So that is absolutely crucial. But Liam Rossignol, look, in the press conferences, he often says some great things, man. He speaks with such clarity and his thoughts are admirable. But sometimes on the pitch, we don't see it being translated. It's been the big teams that have really, sometimes outplayed us. The 3 results that have really gone against us has been Arsenal in the Carabao Cup in both legs and then playing them in the Premier League. So we understand that Arsenal are far ahead of Chelsea in terms of their development and the way that they play football. But against the weaker sides, we have put them away. But those 2 results against Leeds and Burnley did colour my judgment a little bit because We should have won those games, man. That should have been 4 points, and it's been a completely different talk about Liam Rossini, with Chelsea getting closer and putting pressure on Manchester United and Aston Villa. So a lot of negatives, but some really good positives as well. And in terms of positives, Aman, Joao Pedro. I mean, that man has transformed Chelsea's attack. He is carrying everything on his shoulders, man. A terrific footballer, all-round footballer. He's outstanding. The way he links up, drops deep, makes challenges, helps out defensively, helps us clear some of the danger from set pieces, and then going forward, man, his work is there for everybody to see. The goal scoring touches elite. Both finishes, man, two different kinds of finishes. One, a typical centre forward like run, and the second one, that dinked finish over Emi Martinez, was just a touch of class. But Chelsea cannot really rest on this, because make no mistake about it, Aston Villa could have had a couple of goals here. If they do finish their chances, it's probably 2-0 and it's a completely different game. Ollie Watkins had two glorious opportunities 1v1. Philip Jorgensen made a decent save of one. He was offside for the goal. He ended up scoring, which gave us that huge relief. But from there, it's fine margins, which means that Chelsea take that half-time lead. Well, I'll be back for the second half, guys. Give me about 5 or 7 minutes. I'll be back with the stream. It's been thoroughly enjoyable. I've had an absolute blast, man. This has been a terrific game. It could get worse. It could get better. Either way, we need to really put the pressure on Liverpool, Aston Villa, and Manchester United. Target is spot 5. Yep. I mean, I hate to say it, Aman, but I never want Chelsea to say, we have to aim for the top 5. Get Champions League football, try and make a run in terms of the cup competitions. That's the bare minimum. But I feel we still can take Manchester United, man. I refuse to believe that we are a team that is 6 points behind Manchester United. I'm sorry. I mean, it might be biased, but I've seen them play. They've played 3 games under Michael Carrick against 10 men. That kind of luck kind of runs out. We still have to play them at Stamford Bridge. So, man, I am never going to rule out Chelsea trying to close the gap on Manchester United, even though United have just 1 game a week. But come on, man, we cannot be behind United this season. Maybe Liverpool, maybe Aston Villa, but not behind Manchester United. Well, that's my final thoughts for the first half. I'll be back for the second half, guys. Do tune in and keep me posted with the rest of the games as well. Thanks for the updates that City and Arsenal both leading. As it stands, Arsenal still 5 points clear at the top, with City still having a game in hand, and of course that massive game at the Etihad Stadium. See you guys for halftime. Well, we're moments away from the start of the second half. Chelsea have done outstandingly well to turn things around at Villa Park. I felt we could have been dead and buried, but Chelsea showed fantastic character away from home. Not easy, playing at the Emirates, then at Villa Park within a few days span. There's no time for prep. Just go out there and play your best. And Chelsea, to their credit, in that first half, did exceedingly well to turn things around. Pedro, our goal scorer, supreme. Once again, delivering the goods when we need him the most. Enzo Fernandez has been at the creative hub of things, and long may that continue. Well, we're moments away from the start of the second half. Chelsea have done outstandingly well to turn things around at Villa Park. I felt we could have been dead and buried, but Chelsea showed fantastic character away from home. Not easy, playing at the Emirates, then at Villa Park within a few days span. There's no time for prep. Just go out there and play your best. And Chelsea, to their credit, in that first half, did exceedingly well to turn things around. Pedro, our goal scorer, supreme. Once again, delivering the goods when we need him the most. Enzo Fernandez has been at the creative hub of things, and long may that continue. It's an unnecessarily long stoppage here. The players are out for the start of the second half. But from Aston Villa's point of view, I'm just going to have a quick look at their bench. Chelsea's bench in terms of midfield has certainly beefed up with Romeo Lavia and Andre Santos, so we can show things up there. I hope that Liam Rossini is not going to be too passive in terms of his changes, since that he's now got options like Romeo Lavia and of course Andre Santos. Liam Delap is on the bench, but we want to see Joao Pedro until Chelsea have a cushion, and by cushion I mean 3 clear goals. That's how difficult things can get at Villa Park. Villa looking to really arrest their declining form here. As it stands, it's 1 win out of 6 for Unai Emery's men. They are being dragged into the top 5 race here. Well, after Liverpool drop points, if Chelsea can close the gap to Aston Villa to 3 points, hope that Manchester United drop points at St. James's Park, it could finally be a positive game week for Chelsea. It's been nightmare for the last 3 weeks, having dropped points in needless ways and seeing your rivals pick points up even when they've not been at their best. Chelsea can really make a statement here. Well, Aston Villa do have some ex-Chelsea players on the bench. Well, Aston Villa are not happy with Chelsea having the half-time huddle right at the centre circle. And they do break Reece James with once again that powerful message that we do not let this slip here. We do not throw the points away again. We have been in the leads in games before. We simply have to close this one out. There's no two ways about it, Chelsea. Get the job done. Show us that you have a modicum of seriousness to yourself and give us the 3 points. Villa have options on the bench. Ross Barkley, former Chelsea player. Tammy Abraham, mind you, former Chelsea player as well. Former Cobham graduate. Always a Cobham graduate, but former Chelsea player who really flourished against Frank Lampard's first season. He's on the bench to possibly haunt us coming off it. Jadon Sancho is there as well as we start the second half. I think Lamar Bogard has come on for Aston Villa to just beef up their midfield. They've lost that battle. Onana has been one of that lone warriors. Douglas Luiz, to his credit, has scored, but it's been Amadou Onana has been tasked with trying to build out the back, also covering a lot of ground in terms of interceptions. I thought Moises Caicedo in the first half was outstanding for us. He was everywhere and his usage on the ball was just first class. Long may that continue. I hope that's not a commentator's curse. But geez, man, please, Moy, we need him to be at his best. It has been a bit of a dip this season. He started off outstandingly well. But when Chelsea dipped, Moy's form dipped. Then those red cards, those needless suspensions ruined his rhythm. A couple of games since he came back, I thought he was sketchy to say the least. But in the last few games, we are starting to see the Moy that we love and trust. Aston Villa, in that first half, they got the goal in the second minute, but since then, had a few opportunities with Ollie Watkins, but the way that they've given the ball away on a few occasions in dangerous territory, Chelsea have not taken advantage of it, but Villa need to take better care of the ball, and Chelsea, when Villa do surrender it, need to be ruthless. We have to kill this game out as quickly as possible. Reece James will be one relieved man after his giveaway nearly led to an Aston Villa goal. Enzo Fernandez, what a pass that is! Nearly finds Alejandro Garnacho. Well, it found Garnacho, but his miscontrol and his slip waste the opportunity. Enzo Fernandez is cooking in midfield. His pass selection and the completions have been first class, man. Garnacho, come on, you have to do better. But we know that Fernandez and Garnacho do have that connection. Well, if Garnacho's not playing with Fernandez, Garnacho is pretty much dead in the team. It's Fernandez who keeps looking to find him. Matson does well to get away from Gusto. Oh, what a poor challenge. Malo Gusto, that is terrible. Why would you make that challenge at the edge of the box? It is so needless. You've done the right thing. You've made him drift infield. He's a left footer. He's come onto his right foot. The midfield is there, the centre half is there, the goalkeeper is there, and you still make the foul. If Villa score from here, I'm going to absolutely lose it on Malo Gusto. It's all on him. I mean, yes, he's a youngster, but this is his third season in the Premier League. It is not an excuse, man, for low IQ stuff like that. There's no need. Villa are so dangerous with set pieces too, man. Chelsea defending set pieces. We don't have Rob Sanchez in goal, who is at least 3 or 4 inches taller than Philip Jorgensen. Oh my goodness me, I'm absolutely losing it already here. Morgan Rogers, who's been on fire this season, he has scored some tremendous goals from outside the box, looking to give Aston Villa the equalizer early into the second half. It's Morgan Rogers. It's thankfully over. Oh, Malo Gusto, you get away with that one. Rogers does have the technique, the capabilities to do all that and then some. Thankfully, he got too much purchase on it. Caught that sweet, a little too sweet there. Again, one of the concerns that I had of Liam Rossignol was Chelsea's ability to build out the back, and it's not risk-free. We put so much risk. We better take care of the ball here. You know what really pisses me off is after taking so much risk in terms of build-up and then you just give it away cheaply, what was the point of all that, you know? Here's Konsa. Finds Douglas Luiz. Goal scorer after 2 minutes. I was dreading the absolute worst. Thankfully, things have improved. It seems that Bogart has replaced Matty Cash. It's a very interesting decision there by Unai Emery. He's gone with the midfielder to replace a natural right back. Yeah, but it's Matty Cash is off. I mean, he's on a yellow card, I get it, but interesting decision. And ooh, Nottingham Forest have equalized. Arsenal fans, I'm sure you're listening. I'm sure you're watching. I'm sure you've got one eye on their game. If City drop points at home to Nottingham Forest, well, Forest were cruelly denied a point against Liverpool when Alexis McAllister scored late on. Are they looking to try and hold off Pep Guardiola's Manchester City? Again, Villa struggling to really keep hold of the ball. This is where Chelsea need to strangulate Aston Villa. Make sure that they don't really see too much of the ball. And that's why having Romeo Lavia on the bench is a huge insurance policy for us. Yes, Liam Rosina doesn't really have to make changes, but he needs to be proactive. One change I look at is Reece James into right back with Romeo Lavia as one of the players. That's a clever pass. Garnacho is through. He can look for Joao Pedro. Decides to go for goal. He takes an extra touch and it's a goal kick. What a waste. Garnacho neither shoots nor passes. That is so poor, man. He's onside as well. He's done everything right. Now just square it to Joao Pedro. Put it across. He delays and he kills the chance. Joao Pedro furious. I expect so much better there from Alejandro Garnacho. That could have been 3. Chelsea need to be ruthless in the Aston Villa box. Malo Gusto feeling a whole lot better after this needless foul. Philip Jorgensen, to his credit, made a very good save of Ollie Watkins when Villa thought that they might have scored. Yeah, man. Forest equalized. Morgan Gibbs-White. Quality player. City might have nearly gotten him, in the summer. I think they went for a 80 or 90 million pound bid. Eventually, Forest rejected. But is he going to be a player to really put a dent on City's hope to try and catch Arsenal? This could be the perfect week for Arsenal, man. Beat Spurs, beat Chelsea, win their game against Brighton. City drop points. After Arsenal had a bit of a wobble, this could be a turning point of a week here. Single-digit games remaining to end the campaign. Garnacho does well to find Enzo Fernandez. Fernandez fires that towards Joao Pedro. That's a foul on Joao, man. Chelsea should take the free kick. It's a stamp there by Onana. Is that yellow card worthy there? Has the ref been a bit lenient on the Belgian? Let's have a look. I think it's Douglas Luiz. Yep, it's Douglas Luiz on the stretch. Definitely catches the foot of Joao Pedro. Aman, when Niranjan tells you why you love football, explain to him that it is nearly 2:30 a.m. on a weekday. You're on the edge of your seat. You don't know what's going to happen. Your fortunes can change just like that. That's why we love this damn game, man. It takes you to the pits. But then the highs, wow, difficult to explain. Here's Malo Gusto. Finds Cole Palmer. Gets robbed off the ball. Cole's first half. Again, not a good half from Cole. Again, want to give Cole as much leeway, as much rope as possible. I mean, he's got more than enough credit in the bank for us. That first half, again, the way that he squandered that Caicedo pass was really poor. Oh, there's a yellow card here for Joao Pedro. Joao, walk away. Please walk away. There's no need to complain. He's given you the yellow card. You've done your job. Oh, that is so harsh, man. How is that a yellow card? I understand Joao Pedro's frustrations. That is so harsh. It's not a dangerous tackle. He's just put his arm across Onana. It's in the middle of the park. There's plenty of players. That is as harsh as it gets. That's the referee trying to influence the game, man. Caicedo does brilliantly there. Joao Pedro again picks his head up, thought about finding Cole. He does find Cole Palmer. Reece James on the overlap. Cole finds Reece James across the face of goal. Good save. It's Palmer. It's 3-1 to Chelsea. Palmer gets his 9th Premier League goal. And he does make the impact. Come on. Perfect start to the second half here. Chelsea get one nearly 10 minutes into the second half. Brilliant combination play. Once again, Joao Pedro. No surprise that he's involved in the build-up. Finds Cole Palmer. Palmer finds James. Somehow the ball finds Cole Palmer. But in front of goal, ruthless. He had to get through traffic. But he beats Emiliano Martinez. And it's 3-1 to Chelsea. Chelsea turned this game around in some style, and it all comes from yet another Moises Caicedo interception. Plays a forward pass. Chelsea are in business, and from there, it's ruthless stuff. Palmer does the right thing here, releases Reece James, ball into the box. It creates a nightmare. Martinez's parry goes straight to Palmer on his favoured left foot, and then he just hits it straight and true. Buries it. Come on. Chelsea turned it around in spectacular fashion. Who saw that coming after Chelsea conceded in the second minute? We're in business here. Liam Rosenior, as it stands, is getting a very important win here. Could be his biggest win in his managerial career for Chelsea. Winning away at Villa Park. Chelsea don't do it often. We conceded that terrible goal in the 89th minute. I remember the goal. I'll never forget it. It was Marco Asensio's left-footed effort. It was straight at Jorgensen and he made an absolute mess. Come on, Palmer with the outside of the boot. It's a terrible pass. Finds Emiliano Martinez. Manny, it's a weird feeling, but we've been here before, and not too long ago. We were 2-0 up against Leeds United at home, and we threw it in 6 minutes. This team does have a fragile underbelly. Can we see a different side here today? We're playing the ball with a lot more confidence, and as I say that, Malo Gusto inexplicably miscontrols Chelsea's fluid movement. It's the first time that Morgan Rogers has gotten a touch, and he gets away from Malo Gusto. No foul here, Malo. He does well. He wins the foul. Morgan Rogers should get a yellow card here. Yes, he does. Just kicks the ball away in frustration. Aston Villa, as it stands, 1 win and 6. That's not good. That's not good at all. They're getting dragged here. What's happening in the Manchester United game? I need to keep an eye on that as well. Oh, City have taken the lead. Rodri has scored. Does Enzo Fernandez get a yellow card? I hope he doesn't. Again, Enzo's being so extra, man. Why does he have to go into the face of the ref? He's already booking Morgan Rogers. Has he picked up a yellow card here, Enzo? He has. He has to come off, man, because, again, Chelsea are so prone to concede. I mean, go down to 10 men. 1 every 4 games. Rogers has been booked, rightfully so. I think Enzo has been booked as well. Oh, Chelsea give the ball away here. It's Ollie Watkins, rounds the keeper. He takes an extra touch. Thankfully, Trevor Chalobah bails us out. And Chelsea on the counter-attack here. Come on, we need the 4th here. Chelsea played some suicide football. What a pass that is by Cole Palmer. Malo Gusto, what a terrible, terrible pass. He has to just feed that front. He gives it to Emiliano Martinez. Villa nearly score. Chelsea nearly score. Neither do. What's happening here? Crazy sequence there. And what just happened? How did Aston Villa and Ollie Watkins find that much space? Trevor Chalobah does so well, but Watkins should bury that. There's a confirmation of the Enzo Fernandez yellow card as well. Romeo Lavia needs to be warming up right now. Here's Tyrone Mings. Finds Madsons. It's the first time Aston Villa have had any sort of possession in the second half. Unai Emery's halftime team talk has not worked. Chelsea have been all over Villa. Here's Mings. Whatever Liam Rosenior has said has clearly worked. You're not having to make a change. We're 3-1 up. 3-1 away from Villa Park. Not many players, I'm sure, would have had that. Here's Bogart on the overlap. Here's the midfielder. Fernandez reads that perfectly. Good interception there. Tries to find Pedro. Pedro looks to turn the centre half. Doesn't succeed. Villa take a quick throw in here. Villa now slowly growing into the game. 30 minutes remaining in the second half. Here's Douglas Luiz. Finds Ian Matson. Up against Malo Gusto. Watson on the outside. Gusto does well. It's a corner for Aston Villa. It's their first corner. Chelsea have been very soft. They have conceded far too many goals from set pieces. They conceded against Burnley, 2 against Arsenal. We cannot let Aston Villa have a sniff back into this contest, man. It cannot happen. Come on. Please defend this well. Villa in open play have struggled. They have had a few chances. I mean, somehow they've managed. Philip Jorgensen is getting into a tug-of-war competition. Somebody in the Chelsea ranks has gone into the goal. Douglas Luiz likes to go straight for goal. We have seen this happen on multiple occasions. I remember him catching out David De Gea once. If I'm not mistaken, Malo Gusto thrown into the ground there by Morgan Rogers. If Villa score, they're back in this game as Luiz takes it short. Curious decision. Here's Ian Maatsen, ball in. Jorgensen claims. Such a poor decision there from Aston Villa. Why wouldn't you chuck it into the mixer, man? You know Chelsea have been struggling with set pieces. I mean, I'm thankful they take it short, but that is low IQ play. Palmer's not getting the foul here. Jorgensen's throw is good. Palmer does very well to keep possession. Here's Joao Pedro. Reece James has looked at home in midfield, hasn't he? He is just one of those plug-and-play players, man. You just put him anywhere on the pitch and he'll just excel. Chelsea have won that midfield battle. I mean, Villa have struggled. Moises Caicedo and Reece James have just locked things down. Oh, Moises Caicedo takes my compliment a little too seriously, trying to play the pass. We win it back. Villa have not taken care of the ball whatsoever, man. I'm a big fan of Unai Emery. I mean, for me, he's one of, like, pound for pound, one of the best coaches in the league. I would put him right at the top in terms of pound for pound. But he has been out-coached here, and it's a triple substitution from Aston Villa. And it's a couple of ex-Chelsea players, Jadon Sancho and Ross Barkley. Don't you dare. Don't you dare. This is not the time to do it here. Douglas Luiz is off. Ross Barkley is on. That's immediately a lot more creativity. Less legs because Barkley is getting on in age. Not really sure who Allison is, but he replaces Leon Bailey. Fucking hell, man. Newcastle picked up a red card. How many times are Manchester United going to play against 10 men? What's happening here? Luis Buendia. Oh, man. I can't keep my composure. How do they get so fortunate every time? Man, you tell me what's happened there at St. James's Park. Unacceptable. Jeez, I mean, we worry about Chelsea picking up a red card, but every time United play, they seem to be playing against 10 men. Fucking hell. Get a grip, guys. Chelsea take a grip in midfield. Man, there's no justice. What's happening? One game a week, they're playing against 10 men. How much more of an assistance can they get? If they don't make Champions League football, it's a crime for them. Jeez, man. I'm not saying that they don't deserve playing against 10 men because some of the challenges, but Jacob Ramsey's second yellow before halftime. I mean, suicidal. Anyway, Chelsea have to worry about themselves only. What a pass that is by Cole Palmer. Garnacho's through on goal. Sets it unselfishly for Joao Pedro to get his first hat-trick for Chelsea Football Club. It's 4-1 away at Aston Villa. Who saw this coming? Cole Palmer, Garnacho, unselfish to Joao Pedro. A hat-trick for Chelsea's player of the season. Carving Aston Villa open. They do it in style. Yes, Manny. Game, set, match. Man, we deserve it. And Joao Pedro does the celebration, the samba that he did at the Club World Cup. It all starts with Cole Palmer's beautifully dinked pass. I think Garnacho is onside here. He was in his own half. Oh, yes, Garnacho's clearly onside. I thought he was going to shoot, and Garnacho of Manchester United might have done that. And Joao Pedro just taps it home. We needed that. We needed that. Manny, help me if my stats are right. Is that 14 Premier League goals for Joao Pedro? I think it is. What a game to get a hat-trick, man. Magnificent. Joao Pedro 3, Cole Palmer 1. Unai Emery has been shell-shocked. Well, seems that Chelsea have done the job and finally capitalized on their rivals dropping points. I mean, Wolves have done us so many favors this season. They've given us 6 points. They've taken points off Liverpool and we needed it the most. Chelsea finally act like a serious team, man. And that was a chance that Ollie Watkins should have buried, man. The game was on a knife's edge, you know. Ollie Watkins in front of goal, so hesitant. Chalobah did so well. And that just turned the game around. And for a change, Chelsea ruthless in front of goal. A Joao Pedro hat-trick. Manny 14, 11 goals was before. Come on. I know for a fact he had 11 Premier League goals before Aston Villa. Oh, look at Joao Pedro saucing out. Look at him go. Hat-trick and the confidence coursing through his veins. His ball retention. Magnificent. I have nothing but love and admiration for Joao Pedro, man. Just a complete footballer. Here's Reece James. Manny, you absolutely cannot be quoting wrong stats on my chat. And absolutely not that we're going to get you a Rodgers goal. Denied. Both requests denied. If Chelsea get 5, then maybe... No. Fuck that. Aston Villa, you've had your opportunities. Ollie Watkins has been so wasteful in front of goal, man. Feels so good, Manny. Having a striker score for Chelsea is all I've ever wanted. Okay, Liam Rossignol, time to make some changes. Let's see your other part of coaching. You've coached a fantastic 68 minutes. Yes, we have rode our luck a little bit. We have thankfully seen Ollie Watkins have an off night. But such away games, we have to ride our luck and be ruthless in front of goal, and we have checked both boxes. Romeo Lavia for the last 15 to 20 minutes. Bill, get his fitness going. Oh, what a pass. That is again for Garnacho, but he's offside. Sorry, Manny. We've conceded far too many goals, man. I mean, we're not going to get a clean sheet, but 2 against Leeds United, 2 against Arsenal, 1 against Burnley. We need to lock shit down. I was fuming with that Douglas Luiz goal because it was so easy and it could have been prevented. Need to be ruthless in both boxes. Have to be ruthless in both boxes. See, Manchester United, man, they don't play the best football, but some way, somehow, they find ways to score goals. City drawing, what the hell is happening, man? City are hell-bent in throwing this. That's the second time they've squandered a lead at home to Nottingham Forest. Elliot Anderson scores. What the hell? Jeez, it's going to be Arsenal's dream week. Ah! Newcastle lead. Come on. It's happening, Manny. It's happening. Here's Enzo Fernandez, though, on the left-hand side. Finds Alejandro Garnacho. There's a spring in my step. I mean, it's 70 minutes. I'm feeling energized. It's great to watch Chelsea, especially away from home, play a game such as this. Well, Anthony Gordon scored for Newcastle. See, Manchester United gave a pen, man. Terrible. Oh, of course, Manchester United equalized. Casemiro. Fuck. Come on. Casemiro is having a legendary end to his Manchester United campaign. He's announced that he's going to leave at the end of the season. He has really stepped up his performances. And he's scoring goals, man. As a number 6, if you can get goals. Look at Caicedo. My goodness me. It's magnificent football. It's champagne stuff. Palmer. João Pedro on the overhead kick. Oh, he tries the audacious, and why not? This is sumptuous football, this from Chelsea. Lovely stuff. João Pedro brings it down on his chest. And then tries the overhead. Manny, I know exactly what that means. 20 minutes remaining, and Tammy Abraham is coming on for Aston Villa. Ollie Watkins comes off. Watkins had 3 or 4 glorious opportunities to get on the score sheet, man. Thankfully, he's had an off night. No Tammy Abraham goal either. I mean, I do wish Tammy Abraham all the best. I mean, I do wish that for all players who have graduated from Cobham, but not today, Tammy, not today. Here's Maatsen. Jadon Sancho. Well, since Sancho has come on, barely made an impact. Tries to combine with Maatsen. He fails to do so. Chelsea finding a lot of space. Here's Cole Palmer. Finds João Pedro. Palmer again. Oh, tries to feed that to Reece James. Right idea. Yet to see those subs, Mr. Rossinia. Would be nice. There's no need to really run these boys to the ground, especially with Chelsea 4-1 up. Here's Garnacho. Good first touch. Should get a foul, and he does. Romeo Lavia. Maybe, I want to say Liam Delap. I mean, João Pedro's gotten a hat-trick already. Can he get 15 minutes off? We need him for the entirety of the last 3 months. We need him fit, fresh, and firing. So, Liam Delap, can you do a job for us with 4-1 up, please? Maybe, but we'll see. Romeo Lavia should definitely be coming on with 15 minutes to go. Malo Gusto looks gassed out there. He's given us a good shift. Put it on a plate for João Pedro for that equalizer. Wesley Fofana's gone down as well, holding his hamstring. Chelsea Frenchman feeling the effects. João Pedro still looking fresh. I do not have enough superlatives for this man. Jeez. He's just everything you want in a centre forward, and then some. Different types of goals. Exactly what you want to see. A poacher-like finish, a dink over the top, and then Cole Palmer putting it perfectly for Garnacho. Unselfishly to João Pedro. Not seen that celebration since the Club World Cup final against PSG. But we are playing PSG in a week. Hope to see that celebration again. João Pedro, 39 touches. Look at that heat map. He has been all over the pitch. Perfect. No notes. Well, some of the Villa fans are heading towards the exit. It's not a side you like to see, especially a late kickoff midweek, spending hundreds of pounds for the stadium, then the travel, hectic stuff with work tomorrow. I mean, you feel for away supporters, home supporters as well. And for the Chelsea fans, for the ones who have to make that trip from Birmingham to London, are going to be overjoyed. Money well spent. And there you have it. Liam Rossinia pays heed and looks to bring on Romeo Lavia. Exactly what we need. Someone who will just control the game, bring about game management. Can we take off Caicedo? Takes off Malo Gusto. He's still not taken off the big hitters. I see Tosin warming up. Not sure if that's the right sub. But Lavia coming on is good. Reece James moves to right back. We'll see Reece James be a bit more conservative. Don't expect him to be bombing up and down the touchline, that's for sure. But Romeo Lavia immediately slots into midfield. As Wesley Fofana come off. We're seeing Marc Cucurella being stripped and ready as well. Good to see a few players returning from injuries, man. We need everyone in for the last 3 months. Every single player. Fringe player to take some of the minutes off. Be so valuable. 15 minutes plus stoppage time remaining. Chelsea finally giving me an away day that we will remember for a long, long time. Putting 4 past Aston Villa. No joke. Here's Ian Matson. Looks to fling this one in. It's a poor cross. Can't keep it out. Villa have tried. Well, I've certainly tried. But look at their bench, man. I mean, I really do feel for Unai Emery, man. He has been shortchanged and then some. His last 2 transfer windows have been sabotage. The way he has transformed the club, and to give him these 2 windows. I mean, this summer window was a joke for Aston Villa, man. He won the Champions League the season before, and this is how you reward him. You give him Jadon Sancho, Victor Lindelof. I mean, Tammy Abraham comes in the winter window, which is a good move. I mean, fair play. I mean, but that is scraping the barrel. Pau Torres has not been able to find the fitness. Here's Matson. Looks for the cutback. Reece James. Spot on. Oh, Cole Palmer. What a terrible pass. Finds Ross Barkley. Again, Villa getting a lot of Premier League cast-offs is not the way to beef up your squad. I'm sorry, but I'm on Unai Emery's side. Look at that. Jadon Sancho came on. No impact, really. Onana's been a lone force in midfield. He's died out there, to be fair. Moises Caicedo has just been at a level, and now he's got Romeo Lavia alongside him. Chelsea looking to shut things down here. A little bit of a rest for Joao Pedro and Cole Palmer would be nice. Am I asking for too much? Maybe in the next 5 or 10 minutes he makes those changes. You can see Liam Rossini. I mean, we're 4-1 up. He's made just the one change. He knows that when Chelsea do make changes, we do get worse. This is pretty much some of our best players on the pitch, and that's why you see us absolutely flying out there. Marc Cucurella could come on and definitely beef up that left-hand side for us. Jarell Hato, in Cucurella's absence, has stepped in admirably. Good to see the ex-Ajax captain, 19 years of age. Not easy making that move at such a young age, but he's played nearly 100 games for Ajax, a couple of caps for Netherlands. Decent deputy. But Marc Cucurella, he picked up 1 red card. I'll never forgive him for that one as well. That was Fulham away at Craven Cottage, where we started the game off so well. 1 long punt. Cucurella, last man, makes a challenge. Picks up a red card. Chelsea ultimately lose that game. And that game was infamous as well, because that was the only game that Liam Delap has managed to score in the Premier League. That's a decent ball into the box. Onana heads and Chalobah clears. That's the first real... Well, not the first. I thought Ollie Watkins might have had a chance in the second half, but Onana crashing the box for the first time just knocks his header back into the danger area. Chalobah doesn't take a chance. Hooks that out to touch, and Chelsea do make a double substitution, and both are defensive changes. Fofana is going to be coming off for Tosin Adarabioyo, and I'm expecting Jarell Hato coming off for Marc Cucurella. Again, experience is one way of going for it. And is that a bit of a negative substitution? It's Enzo Fernandez surprisingly gets a bit of time off. Fair play. I mean, you rarely see Enzo coming off, but yep, Enzo's on a yellow card. There's no need to take any chances. Into the 80th minute. Chelsea with the front 3 of Joao Pedro, Cole Palmer and Alejandro Garnacho now packing that midfield area. Jarell Hato stays on the pitch, which means Cucurella might be in midfield here. Interesting to see. Corner for Aston Villa. Good header there from Hato. Nicely done. Need to keep a close eye on the other results as well. Chelsea have given me an excellent away day. Last I checked, Manchester United 1-1 against Newcastle United at St James's Park. City 2-2 at home against Nottingham Forest. Elliot Anderson equalising after Rodri gave them the lead. It's a ball forward. Hato, excellent challenge. Jarell Hato is really winning my heart here. Excellent game. Yes, he got burnt against Leon Bailey, but Bailey is rapid, so you kind of forgive him for it. But since then, he has not put a foot wrong. This was an important challenge. On the slide, wrong side. Alisson on that right tried to make that first time ball into the box. 10 minutes plus stoppage time remain. Chelsea have made 3 changes. Joao Pedro have got 3 goals. And Aston Villa, after scoring in the second minute, would not have envisioned the rest of the match to go in this manner. Chelsea have been utterly dominant. Lavia, Cole Palmer, Chelsea's ball retention will be tested. We've got a lot of ballers now who can play those 1-2 touches around the corner. Lavia in midfield improves our build-up. Jorgensen in goal, comfortable with the ball at his feet. We've got Mark Cucurella. There he is on the ball. Put under pressure, nearly gives it away. Caicedo mops up. Caicedo 10 on 10. Again, no notes. Perfect. Oh, what a pass that is by Cole Palmer to Mark Cucurella. Cut back, Garnacho. Save by Martinez. That should have been 5. Garnacho, that was on a plate for you, man. You should score that one. It may not sting, but it's Cole Palmer who sets Mark Cucurella free. What a perfectly weighted pass this is. Cucurella has seen the run. He's put it on a plate. Well, Garnacho struggling in front of goal. Only 1 Premier League goal for him. It was the 2. I'm not... Liam Rosinia would be fuming if the scoreline wasn't 4-1. That should have been 5. Game in dead and buried. And possibly Joao Pedro and Cole Palmer coming off, man. We still need to make a couple of changes. Here's Jadon Sancho. He's got no pace, man. Look at the way Reece James just caught up with him with ease. Reece James has played 82 minutes. Jadon Sancho has played less than 20 minutes. I mean, yes, Sancho is with the ball and Reece is without it, but the way that Reece James just eats ground. Unreal footballer, man. Seems that Chelsea are going with a back 4. Philip Jorgensen, what are you doing? Chelsea survive. This is needless foolishness from Chelsea. We do manage to survive. Mark Cucurella has got a free roll down that left-hand side. Looks like he's making runs forward. He's going to fill in at left back, fill in midfield. Interesting. Well, if Newcastle can do us a favour, that would be swell. But it's Jadon Sancho, cut back for Morgan Rogers, well defended by Romeo Lavia. Here's Ross Barkley. Finds Jadon Sancho up against Cole Palmer. Both of them know each other very, very well. Here's Ross Barkley, went for the curler. Chelsea blocked the danger. Nicely done. Chelsea clear. Again, after a very long time, Aston Villa have pinned Chelsea back. Here's Maatsen. Can they open the Chelsea deep block? Reece James on the outside. They defend this comfortably. Well defended. Trevor Chalobah. Make sure that Aston Villa do not score. And that's what we want to see. Yep, Liam Rosinia. Again, I don't want to jinx it, but in terms of the changes, the scoreline, the goal scorers, everything, a 10 on 10 performance. 10 out of 10. Joao Pedro and Cole Palmer coming off with 6 minutes plus stoppage time to add the cherry on top. Our 2 superstars get a bit of rest. Away at Aston Villa, I thought we'd be hanging on for dear life in this match. The turnaround is special. The goal scorers are off. Palmer with 1, Joao Pedro with a hat-trick. His first for the club. I mean, 14 Premier League goals, 4 assists to go on top of that. He is a special footballer. Palmer and Pedro off. Andre Santos and Liam Delap on. Come on, Liam Delap. Fill your boots. Get a goal. You've got one away at Craven Cottage. Can you get one at Villa Park? Man, the Villa fans have emptied really quickly now. Heavy touch. Romeo Lavia comes across. Ross Barkley shifts it onto the left-hand side. Jadon Sancho, it's a weak effort. Lavia again. Lavia has been a ball magnet, man, in terms of interceptions. 5 minutes plus stoppage time remain. Here's Ezri Konsa. Went for the cross into the box. Tosin heads it. Good first impactful move there from Tosin Adrabayo. And Liam Delap does well to put the pressure. Chelsea's fresh legs giving us the impetus. Four-star performance. A lot of excellent stuff, man. Unai Emery, with a forlorn look on his face, he'll know his team have been totally outplayed here. A loss to Wolves, a loss to Chelsea. Chelsea closed the gap to 3 points to Aston Villa. This is a nightmare week for them. Manchester United may gain a bit of ground. Villa are going to get dragged here. Bit of separation from Liverpool. I mean, I think we are level on points with Liverpool, but our goal difference is vastly superior to the defending champions. This is a game that Liam Rossignol, I mean, against Unai Emery especially, I mean, Unai Emery is a tactical master, and I do not say that lightly. For Liam Rossignol to go out there and put on a performance against one of the top coaches in the league is a badge of honor. Here's Tyrone Mings. Jadon Sancho. Mings again. Sancho. Maatsen. Cross comes in. Philip Jorgensen comfortably gathers. This should be lockdown time here for Chelsea Football Club. Time to wrap it up. 3 minutes plus stoppage time remain. Aston Villa completely blown away by the Cole Palmer and Joao Pedro show. Could have been 5, you know. Garnacho should have scored, man. But Aston Villa could have had a few goals themselves. Ollie Watkins, if he had a decent night in front of goal, the scoreline could have been a whole lot more different. Lavia. Again, since Lavia's come on, our midfield looks sorted. And then Andre Santos comes on as well. I mean, no rest for Moises Caicedo, but good to see Cole Palmer, Enzo Fernandez, Joao Pedro all get some time off here. Chelsea's bench looking to close this game out. Here's Trevor Chalobah. He's defended well with Wesley Fofana. Few chances were conceded. Can't complain too much considering Chelsea's frailty from set pieces, but our ability and our way we've just carved Villa open in open play has been special to watch. The central progressions, I say this again, time and time again, Liam Rossignol's emphasis on central progression has been outstanding for Chelsea. The way we have cut open teams, I mean, it's been a pleasure to watch. And when our players are on song and when Joao Pedro is on it, 14 Premier League goals. Romeo Lavia, outstanding screening, but should have been a foul, ref. Nope. Gives a call there for Aston Villa. Just under 90 seconds of the 90 remain. Here's Amadou Onana. Floats the ball. Reece James. Another interception from the captain. Again, Reece James. Everything that was asked from him. Okay, with Reece James, a bit of fortune was involved. He gave the ball away. Ollie Watkins scored. That was ruled as offside. We got the breather, right? But Reece James, in terms of performance, superb, man. We are so lucky that Cobham have produced some awesome players for us. Reece James is a crown jewel. Ball in, Barkley. Tammy Abraham's header comes off the crossbar. No consolation goal there for the former Chelsea striker. Tammy Abraham picked up beautifully there with Ross Barkley. Of course, with former Chelsea connection there as well. And nearly pull a consolation goal back for Aston Villa. Abraham is clearly onside. I'm not sure why Tosin is not marking the obvious target that is Tammy Abraham. Again, Jorgensen doesn't jump. Again, Villa on any other day score a couple more goals against Chelsea. I'm not going to lie. Defensively, it hasn't been the perfect game, but away from home, we need to ride our luck a little bit. There's that man, the man of the match, Chelsea's player of the season, without a question.
Here's Jadon Sancho. Look at Reece James again, man. It's ridiculous. Sancho has got 5 yards on Reece James. Reece James in the 90th minute. Oh, what is that? Philip Jorgensen trying to waste some time. Try to scoop the ball as late as possible. Invites Tammy Abraham there. This is an interesting way to kill time. We don't have to do anything in terms of theatrics. Oh my goodness me, Arsenal have won against Brighton at the Amex Stadium. It's 99 minutes on the clock between Manchester City and Nottingham Forest, and as it stands, Arsenal have built a 7-point lead, man. That is valuable. Yes, City have a game in hand, but with 8 games to go in the Premier League, to have a 7-point lead, psychologically, that should be all that you need to close the game out, close the season out with the Premier League title. It's all set up perfectly, but if Arsenal throw it from here, it would be inexcusable. City have helped them out massively here. Here's Cucurella. Fires it towards Liam Delap, brings it down nicely, went for the reverse pass for Andre Santos. Tyrone Mings sweeps up. Chelsea looking for the 5th to really rub salt into the Villa wounds. Well, thankfully, Newcastle are doing their job. They're keeping Manchester United at arm's length. 4 minutes plus added on time remaining here. Chelsea have got the 4 minutes of stoppage time rather. Chelsea have got the job done. Have given the players who needed a bit of rest some rest. And lovely central progression here. Moises Caicedo, man. He is so blessed. So lucky. It was vintage Caicedo. The way that he just plays about his ability on the ball, man. It does not get rated high enough because of how awesome he is off the ball as well. Underrated baller. Yes, he's costed all that money, and there's a reason why Chelsea played that kind of money to acquire the service of Moises Caicedo. He was the player of the season last season by far. His importance could not have been any more stated. Started all 38 Premier League games. This season, yes, he's picked up a few knocks in this thing. City draw, Arsenal win. I'm on 7 points with 8 Premier League games to go. This is Arsenal's season, man. Reach out, grab it, take that trophy. It's never been more apparent. That game at the Etihad Stadium, Arsenal should go out there and kill City. There's no time. There is no place to draw and drop points and just allow City any sort of impetus. Go away at City and put them to the sword. Arteta, 6 years, 1 billion spent. You have to beat the master. It's as simple as that. Here's Ian Maatsen. Aston Villa running out of steam. Good game week for Chelsea, man. We needed it. Back-to-back game weeks where it's just disappointment, heartbreak, and just throwing games away. We finally turn up like a serious outfit, and we've taken care of a very, very good Aston Villa side. Yes, they've been in a blip, but Chelsea have been... Pedro's hat-trick has come at the most timeliest of manners. In a night where Ollie Watkins fluffed his lines, Joao Pedro, outstanding. Trevor Chalobah, good game alongside Wesley Fofana. Did allow Ollie Watkins a few opportunities, but when the scoreline reads as such, you give a lot of credit to the centre halves as well. Villa, since their subs came on, have just been... I mean, Tammy Abraham did have a header that came off the crossbar, but would have been a mere consolation at best. Chelsea were 2-1 up at half-time. In the second half, totally dominant. Ross Barkley finds Tammy Abraham. Went for the clip pass. Tosin defends well. Chelsea on the counter-attack could really add salts to the Villa wounds here. Alejandro Garnacho finds Liam Delap. What a poor pass that is from Garnacho. Liam Delap trying to bully his way here. Might get a free kick. Villa still scrambling. Liam Delap might pick up a yellow card. Come on, Alejandro Garnacho. His final action has to be better. He's had a much improved game on that left-hand side. Caused a lot of problems. Matty Cash was hooked at half-time because he had a yellow card. Bogart came on in place of him, which is an interesting move by Unai Emery, bringing on a midfield at right back. But Garnacho, who squared it for Joao Pedro for the hat-trick, he's had a field day, but could be a lot more decisive in front of goal. That's just a bit of nitpicking in what has been a perfect away day for Chelsea. The Chelsea fans who have made the trip to Birmingham will be rejoicing as the referee blows the full-time whistle at Villa Park. Chelsea get the job done in emphatic fashion after Douglas Luiz opened the scoring in the second minute. It was the Joao Pedro show. Amazing from the Brazilian centre-forward. Cole Palmer back to his best. Excellent in terms of running the show in midfield. Enzo Fernandez, a quality performance in terms of picking the lock when Chelsea really needed to be at their best. Joao Pedro with a hat-trick. Cole Palmer added the seal to the points. Aston Villa back to the drawing board here. Unai Emery struggling to arrest this declining form as Aston Villa have been dragged into the top 4, top 5 battle there. They were contending for the title with Arsenal and Manchester City maybe a couple months ago, but things have changed drastically at Villa Park. Unai Emery searching for answers. Chelsea finally break the 3-game winless streak with a very impressive 4-1 victory at Villa Park. That was thoroughly enjoyable. I had an absolute blast in the stream, and boy oh boy, do have deserved it. It's nearly 3 a.m. here in India. It's been a great watch. I thank you all for tuning in, man. Aman, Manny, absolute legends. Love you guys, man. It's been a great watch, and I really hope when I wake up, I see that Manchester United have failed to beat Newcastle United. Let me have a look at their score. Well, United have some scary juju, man. And by that, I mean black magic. There's no other way to describe it. They get things happening in their way. It's their 4th Premier League game since Michael Carrick took over that they're playing against 10 men. And most of the times, it's in the first half that these teams are picking up stupid red cards, man. That needs to stop against Manchester United. Chelsea closed the gap to Aston Villa. It's just 3 points now. Come on. That's how massive this game was, man. I mean, if Villa win, it's 9 points and it's over for Chelsea. We're in a spiral, but it's all smiles at Villa Park. Joao Pedro takes the match ball home. He has been Chelsea's best player this season. 14 Premier League goals, and was that 4 assists to it? Special footballer. Great to see Cole Palmer getting involved in the mix-up. Played some excellent passes to pick the Aston Villa defense open. Enzo Fernandez finally had a good game in the last couple of months, man. This was excellent from Enzo in terms of the clever passes he played, in terms of opening up the Aston Villa defense. On the both goals, the first one, the pre-assist, the second one, the slide rule pass for Joao Pedro to lift it over Emiliano Martinez. Perfect. I'm happy. I can go to sleep in peace, and hopefully I wake up with listening to the news that Manchester United have failed to drop points. Chelsea need to claw their way back up. We are back into the top 4 with keeping a bit of distance away from Liverpool. I think we're in the top 5, not top 4. Yep, Chelsea, 3 points behind Villa in 4th, 4 points behind Manchester United as it stands. But I cannot complain. No notes, Chelsea. Thank you so much, Liam Rossinia. You have really made my week. We needed that performance. After Arsenal, there were some great signs of Chelsea playing some fluid football, but we threw it away in a needless manner, conceding from a corner, and then Pedro Neto getting sent off. Today, the team showed great maturity. It was excellent to see Chelsea's best players all on the pitch, barring Esteval Willian. Joao Pedro, once again, flawless performance away from home. His goals, are a true number 9 finishes, man. A variety of finishes. Cole Palmer finally back into the mix in terms of making an impact. 9 Premier League goals for Cole Palmer is an outstanding return considering he's missed a lot of the season early on. Garnacho slightly wasted in front of goal but does get an assist for the Joao Pedro hat-trick. Reece James outstanding. Caicedo 10 out of 10. A flawless performance in midfield. For Aston Villa, a few decent performances, but Ollie Watkins will be lamenting the chances he missed. He should have had a couple of goals at least, but it's only Douglas Luiz's second-minute goal that made an impact, and was interesting to see that Rob Sanchez was dropped with Philip Jorgensen coming into the team. Had a few nervy moments, but Chelsea totally dominant at Villa Park. Well, it's been a fun stream, guys. Once again, thank you all for tuning in. I'll see you guys at the weekend. The Premier League action is relentless. There is no time to rest. But somebody who needs a rest is Joao Pedro. And I'm signing off, man. See you, Manny. See you, man. Thank you all for tuning in, boys.